Shalom, everyone. Yay. Welcome. We are very, very happy to have everybody here on this beautiful Shabbat morning as we get to celebrate Shabbat together and we get to celebrate as a young woman becomes a bat mitzvah, meaning she is becoming a daughter of the commandments. All right, she's not having one. I know how often we say, oh, I had my bar mitzvah, I had my bat mitzvah, she's having. No, she's not having. Her mother had her 13 years ago. But other than that, it's becoming, which is really kind of cool if you think about that word, right? Becoming. It's a process. It's not a end type of thing. It is evolving and growing. And Sofia today is becoming. It is in this wonderful process of growing and expanding her horizons and especially her connections to Jewish communities. So we are grateful all of you are here to participate with us in this. So we are going to first kind of warm ourselves up, warm up our voices, because this is participation. It's not a performance. So cantor, if you will, please.
We join in this melody. It is called a nigun. This is a melody that has no specific words, so we can focus on how the music makes us feel as we sing on the words yelalai, the syllables yelalai, as we warm up our mind, body, spirit, and voice. And please join in as we sing with a smile. Yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Yalla la la la, yalla la, yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la, yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la, yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la, yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Ya la la la, 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 ya la la la,
That wasn't so bad, right? Lai? Really easy? Okay, all right. Because remember, this is not a performance. This is Shabbat morning services. Shabbat, the seventh day of rest, this great day that God says to us, look, you work really hard for 6 days. Take a break. Take 1 day for yourself. And that's what we get to do together as a community. We get to take a break. We get to take a breath. We get to let go of everything from the past week. I don't know about you all, but boy, I need Shabbat right now. It's so nice to just let it go. And in fact, if you have a cell phone, anything like that, turn it off. You know, okay, if you're a doctor, all right, go ahead, put it on silent, definitely. But otherwise, let's disconnect so we can truly connect and we can be present and listen to the music that we're going to create together. But now I need to show you how we're going to participate together. Because how many of you, this is your first time at a Shabbat morning service? So raise your hand. Very good, fantastic, welcome. I am so glad that you are here. We're going to help kind of guide you as to where we're at so you can participate with that. And to those of you who are streaming into Shabbat services, welcome. We're glad that you are a part of this as well. So, Sofia, I'm just going to grab your prayer book here real quick. All right, I promise to give it back because you need it. So, you all are going to participate by using the prayer book. They are right in front of you. Those of you in the front row, they're right underneath you. Here you go. All right, so everybody got a prayer book? Or somebody next to you does? Perfect. All right. Here we go. Here's another one. Okay. Oh, you had fun. Perfect. So this is really important to have your prayer book, okay? Because the prayer book is you're going to be able to follow along and sing along and participate in the service. All right? We want you to participate. If you don't know the words lai, that's the international word for everything. So just use it. All right. We want you to participate with it. We're going to tell you, where we're at in the prayer book. Now, first of all, what do you all notice about this book versus, go for it. It's backwards, exactly. It's backwards if all you read is English. But, so a lot of our prayer service is in Hebrew. I'll get to that, don't worry, no panicking yet. Is in Hebrew, and we read Hebrew from right to left instead of left to right. So therefore, yes, the prayer book opens the opposite direction. All right, now go ahead and just open to any page in the middle and find yourself some Hebrew there. You're going to notice two columns, a column on the right-hand side with the Hebrew letters, and then the column on the left-hand side has what's called transliteration. We recognize not everybody knows how to read Hebrew, and so we put the transliteration on that left-hand column so that way to show you how the words are sounded out with English letters. So you can try it, by all means, try it to pronounce the words as we're going along. But if you want to know what we're saying, because sometimes we'll read a Hebrew prayer, we won't read the English also. So we're not going to double up on things, but if you want to know what the translation is, it's right below the English. On the left page is then alternative readings, some different readings that have the same theme of the prayer that's there on the right-hand side. But maybe we wanted something slightly different, but it's the same theme. So that's what's happening there. Follow along in the page numbers in the blue, okay, not in the black. And the reason why is that's going to correspond to Sofia's prayer book. You know, Sofia's prayer book, number one, is lighter blue, and it's thicker, all right? So she has the full prayer book of Mishkan Tefillah, which includes services not only for Shabbat, but also for festivals and weekdays. So we give all of our students a prayer book with everything inside of it, but for us, what we use regularly for Shabbat services is we give just the Shabbat version in the congregation. It's a little easier to use, not as much heft. This is our weight training for our 7th graders, all right, for them to have the big prayer book. What's also cool with Sophia's prayer book is with her Hebrew, she does not have the transliteration, okay? Ooh, there you go. All right, Sophia's been studying Hebrew for a long time. So when she's reading Hebrew, she is reading Hebrew. All right, she's not reading from the transliteration. So she'll ask us to turn to a certain page. She'll ask us to read along with her. She'll ask us to sing along with her. So please do. It's wonderful because then we're all participating as one community. Then we also pray with what we wear. So we have the kippot, all right, the yarmulke, the kippah. It is a minhag, it's custom. It's not Jewish law, actually, to wear one, but it's custom. And why? To remind us of God's presence all around us. It's this wonderful, humbling sign of, God is around us, and we humble ourselves before God. And also, before we get to the last thing that we use, we pray with our bodies. You're going to notice there's times where we're going to ask you to rise, to stand, and we stand in humble reverence before God. There's other times that you'll notice that we bow, that we're bowing before God. It's this prayer choreography. And I think part of it really has to do with the fact that our bodies are not meant to be stiff and rigid. Our bodies flow. There's a rhythm to it. Sophia totally knows that because she definitely has this great flow. You know Sophia. She kind of dances through life, right? It's awesome. That's prayer too, is to dance through it as well. So then there's finally the talit, the prayer shawl. We are commanded to wear fringes on the corners of our garments. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not have many square garments anymore. The toga went out a long time ago. But we still use the talit, the prayer shawl. Now, you'll notice that there are talitot that are different sizes and shapes and colors, each one unique, just as unique as the individual. What's important with it, where the law is that you wear the fringes on the corners, and the fringes are called tzitzit. The tzitzit are there to remind us of how many commandments do you think are in the Torah? Take a guess. Oh, and I know you know. Hang on, Eli. I'll let you be the answer. You got it. Anybody have an idea? Okay. So a lot of you know it. Yeah. What? Oh no, go for it. What do you think? How many? Yes. Nice and loud. Do you know? Not that many. A little bit more. All right, Eli, go for it. 614. Close. Off by one. There you go. 613. Perfect. Excellent. 613 commandments are in the Torah. So when we look upon our tzitzit, we are reminded of the 613 commandments. When a young man becomes bar mitzvah, okay, a son of the commandments, and a young woman becomes a bat mitzvah, they receive their very first talit. I say first because there can be many talitot throughout their lifetime, but the first one is so significant, is so beautiful, is so meaningful, because today is the day that, yes, Sofia is counted as a young adult in our Jewish community. So with that, Sofia, come on over here. Join me on the bima right here, and I want to invite forward your parents. Darren and Gina, come on forward and present your daughter with her first talit.
Sofia, we are so very, very proud of you, and this is straight from Israel, from the motherland. Wear it with pride. Mazel tov.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kichanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hit atef b'tzitzit.
Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, eternal soul of the universe, who makes us holy through the mitzvot and commands us to wear fringes on the corners of our garment.
Great fit.
Amen. Wait, give them a hug and a kiss, please. It's going to be one of those mornings. Oh yeah, you're sticking with me, kiddo. Yeah, yay, definitely. You know what? We have so many things to be thankful for and so many blessings. Let us go ahead and begin on page 186 as we join together with Modeh Moda Ani.
Moda ani lefanecha, belecha rekayam, shehechezata b'nishmati behela, behela, Rabba emunatet, Rabba emunatecha.
Moda ani lefanecha,
Belecha rekayam, shehechezata b'nishmati behela, behela, Rabba emunatecha, Rabba emunatecha.
Sophia, this is a morning of blessings. It's a day of blessings. So it is my honor to call forward Tracy Kagan to come forward and offer you this blessing.
I'm going to read a poem, The Starfish Story, because it reminds us of Miss Sophia. An old man had a habit of early morning walks on the beach. One day, after a storm, he saw a human figure in the distance, moving like a dancer. As he came closer, he saw that it was a young woman, and she was not dancing, but was reaching down to the sand, picking up a starfish, and very gently throwing them into the ocean. "Young lady," he asked, "why are you throwing starfish into the ocean?" "The sun is up and the tide is out. If I do not throw them in, they will die." "But young lady, Do you realize that there are miles and miles of beach and starfish all along it? You cannot possibly make a difference. The young woman listened politely, paused, and then bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it into the sea. Past the breaking waves, saying, "It made a difference for that one." Sofia, my little baby girl, thank you for inviting me to speak to you today. Today you become a bat mitzvah. I have to read this, otherwise I will cry. I am here to cheer you across the finish line and to cheer you on because this is also your starting line. Whatever is in your mind and your heart this morning and always, you can do it. My advice is really simple. Think big for yourself and then just head in that general direction. The point is to be ambitious for your life and then just try. I can promise you, you are on your way. You are going where you need to go because the journey itself is your destination. So let me tell you, here's what's beautiful in your life this morning. You, your laughter, that by the way is the best, very best, since you were a baby. Your beating heart, your lively mind, the people that are looking all in this room at you with delight in their eyes. Enjoy this moment, enjoy this day, and know how much you are loved. Mazel tov.
Come on, I have mascara on. You can't miss me now.
We continue now in our prayer books, page 224, Chatzi Kaddish.
יתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
יאמר דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון וחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו.
Amen.
יהי
שמי
שמי
רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיים, יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח ויבהר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירם ביעלמה וימרו. Amen.
We rise now as we turn to page 226, Baruch Hu, our call to worship.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Page 228.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshech, oseh shalom uvorei et hakol, hami'ir la'aretz, v'ladarim aleha berachamim, uvtuvo mechochma, bechol yom tamid, ma'aseh v'reshit. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam bechochma asita, mal'a haaretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shavach maaseh yadecha, ve'al me'orei or she'asita yafarucha selah.
Or Chadash Al Tzion Ta'ir, Or Chadash Al Tzion Ta'ir, Or Chadash Al Tzion Ta'ir, Or Chadash Al Tzion Ta'ir. ונזכה כולנו במהרה לאורו, ונזכה כולנו במהרה לאורו. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, אור חדש על ציון תאיר.
Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMe'orod. Please join me on page 231. Once or twice in a lifetime, a man or woman may choose a radical leaving, having heard Lech Lecha, go forth. God disturbs us toward our destiny by hard events and by freedom's now urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are. We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming. Baruch atah Adonai habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Le'olam, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue chanting together the Ve'ahavta on page 234. Ve'ahavta Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadivarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'divarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'lechtecha v'derech u'shochbecha u'v'chumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha L'man tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kidoshim le'elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem le'elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. We continue on page 240, singing Mi Chamocha.
La תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. שירה חדשה שיבחו גאונים, לשמחה שפתיים, יחד כולם הודו, והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני Yalai, Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Ufedechenu lecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu, Adonai Tzivaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Amen. As we continue, page 242.
Adonai sefata tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chastei Avot ve'Imahot, U'mevii Gula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הצל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאיך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר,
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו.
אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו.
אחד הוא אלוהינו, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, vehu Yashmienu, berachamav le'nei kol chai, ani Adonai Elohechem.
Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Yichzion, ledor vador, Hallelujah.
Ledor vador nagid golecha, ulenetzach nitzachim kedusharcha nagdish, veshivchacha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Amen.
To all generations, we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
To join together at the bottom of page 250 as we sing Vishamru.
Shamaru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת בתורתם ובתורם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בתורתם ובתורם.
ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי
לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ובתורם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים
ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ובתורם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש,
שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בתורתם ובעולם.
We continue on page 253. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to vanish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world in this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue on page 255. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer to life, to peace, and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess and cleanse our hearts to serve life well. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near in life, in peace, and in joy. Baruch atah Adonai,
she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod.
Please join me on page 257. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons. Modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding views not shared. Modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, for all who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
Modim
anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to grow and change, to affirm and choose. Modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hato shimcha ulacha na'eh lehodot.
We join together, page 258, Sim Shalom. Sim Shalom, Tova Uvracha, Eva Chesed Berachamim Aleinu, Ve'achol Yisrael, Ve'achol Yisrael, Amen.
ברכנו יוצרנו כולנו כאחד באור פניך כי באור פניך נתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו שים שלום שים שלום טובה וברכה טבע חסד ורחמים עלינו ויעקב ישראל ויעקב ישראל עמך תורת חיים ואהבת חסד ואהבת חסד וצדקה וברכה ורחמים וחיים ושלום שים שלום שים שלום טובה וברכה טבע חסד ורחמים עלינו ויעקב ישראל ויעקב ישראל עמך וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך שים שלום שים שלום טובה וברכה טבע חסד ורחמים עלינו ויעקב ישראל ויעקב ישראל עמך ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
Amen.
That was fun. We continue in silent meditation.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום,
יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. So we've reached that part of our service of Seder Kriyat HaTorah. Seder. You've heard that word maybe before, a Seder, a Passover Seder, where we get together and we retell the story of the Passover and of the Exodus. The word means order. Okay, so it's an order to things. And so too with Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the order of reading of Torah. Okay, so let's back up for a second. What's the Torah? Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, all contained within one scroll. Now, one of the mitzvot, one of the laws, says that you should write a Torah for yourself, but also that when you do so, it has to be exactly like the other ones. All right? All of the Torah scrolls are exactly like, sort of. Don't worry, I'll tell you that part in a second. They're the same in that it's the exact same letters, it's the exact same sentences, the exact same words. You have to copy it word for word. You cannot change anything in Torah. So you have these first 5 books of the Bible. You put them all into a scroll. You saw earlier when we opened the Ark doors, and we will in a moment again, that we have 6 Torah scrolls in there. Each one of them, same words, same sentences, same letters. Nothing is different. But what makes them different and unique is that each and every one of them is handwritten. Even in today's technology, sure, could we go ahead and put a piece of parchment or even faux parchment through a computer and print it out beautifully? Yes, but that's not what it's about. It's about holding on to traditions. It's about holding on to some things as they've been done for generations and generations and generations. So each and every Torah scroll is handwritten by a scribe who sits together with another Torah scroll or a book called a tikkun and copies it down letter for letter to be able to pass it on from generation to generation. But here's also where the differences are. So you've got the handwriting. You've got different places in the world where the Torah scrolls come from. The one on the top, that's a Torah scroll. The one that's in that beautiful case, that's a Sephardic Torah scroll. It comes from Iraq. It's put in a hard case because Sephardic Judaism, Sephardic Jews come from the Middle East and Spain. Well, the Middle East, it's dry, it's windy, there's sand. You need to protect the Torah scroll. If it's just in a cloth cover, that's not going to protect it. So instead, they're put into these beautiful cases. Each Torah scroll is unique also by the parchment it's written on. Parchment comes from a kosher animal. Kosher animal has split hooves and chews its cud. And in a little bit, I'm going to invite you to come forward to take a look at a Torah scroll so you can see. Those of you who have never seen, and those of you who haven't seen in a while, can come and see the Torah scroll, how it's written. So the parchment depends on which animal that they've taken it from, if it's a cow or if it's a deer or anything like that. But there's also another thing that makes Torah very unique, is while the words are the same and the sentences are the same, how we learn them, how we interpret them, how we even wrestle with them and say, really? What does that mean? What's the purpose of that? Why? That is all based on the individual. Each and every one of us can study Torah. We can study in Genesis the story of creation. And we can look at how that story was put together and ask all sorts of questions about it, or about Abraham and Sarah and Isaac and Rebekah and Jacob, Leah and Rachel, and the stories about their lives. We can look at all of the laws that are contained within the book of Leviticus, the ways that you're supposed to eat, the ways that you're supposed to live your lives, what you stay away from and what you get closer to. All of those are open for interpretation and understanding because, let's face it, we don't live 3,000 years ago. Things are so different. We don't have the temple, as you see in that yellow window, the yellow stained glass window. That's a depiction of the second temple in Jerusalem. It doesn't exist anymore. We don't offer sacrifices anymore. Instead, we offer the prayers of our heart. So, but those words, those commandments are still in the Torah. So we have to ask ourselves a question. Great, okay, it's in here. Now what do I do with it? So we reinterpret it. We understand it in a different way. We go, wow, our history is so amazing and so deep. 3,000 years worth of history, that's a lot of learning. So Sofia, remember earlier, okay, you were told this is not only the finish line, it's the starting line. Because there's so much to learn. Yeah, but you know what's really cool? You're not just going to be a student of Torah. Today, Sofia, you are our teacher. Yay! You are. Because you have been studying the Torah portion that we're reading on this Shabbat called Bamidbar. Bamidbar comes from the very beginning of the book of Numbers. So we're starting the 4th book of our Torah. And today, Sophia's going to take those words that were written down thousands of years ago, and she's going to answer that question. What do those words mean, first of all, for her? But then there are nuggets in it for us to say, okay, here's something that I get to learn from this parasha, this Torah portion of Bamidbar. So with that, we're going to begin our journey of the study and the reading of Torah as we turn to page 362 in our prayer books.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני ואין כמעשיך מלכותך מלכות כל עמים וממשלתך בכל דור ודור אדוני מלך אדוני מלך אדוני ימלוך לעולם Adonai ozlamo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
The beauty of our Torah service also is that there are many people who are going to be participating in our Torah service. Participants who are going to be blessing the Torah. Participants who are going to be reading from the Torah. Oh, by the way, a really important thing to know. When they're reading from Torah, they're reading without vowels. Look in your prayer books really quick. Look on the Hebrew. See the little dots and dashes that are there? That are below the letters, societal letters and so forth? Those are the vowels. When Hebrew was first written, there were no vowels, and I'll show you this in a moment. There were no vowels, because if I gave you something in English, you'd be able to read it without vowels because you know the language. Well, later on in the diaspora, when the Jews were dispersed around the world and started speaking different languages, we lost the Hebrew because we weren't using it all the time. But remember what I told you that first rule was earlier? You can't change anything, which means there's no vowels in the Torah. And so when somebody learns to read from Torah, they're going to learn with a pointed text that has the vowels, but then they move over to the Torah text without the vowels. So we're going to have people who are going to be reading, including Sofia, from our Torah. And we're going to have people who are going to be reading the English translation, so we know what is being said. But at this time, we are going to honor our passing of our Torah through generation to generation. We are so honored to have Jeffrey and Sheila Lipinsky right here in our front row, and I'm going to ask that Darren and Gina and Sofia, if you guys will come stand right there in front of your grandpa there. Perfect. As we're going to pass Torah to each of you. Awesome. And then I'd like to acknowledge they're seated right there in the front row. That's perfect. Sarah Banani and also Cassie Herder. Thank you. You guys are going to stay right there. You're going to hold for us our Torah cover and our Torah binding in a few minutes. So I'm glad that you're right there. And I'd like to invite forward to open our ark doors the brothers of our bat mitzvah, Jacob and Joshua Lipinsky, to come on forward. Gentlemen, I have an important task for you to do as well. Come here, face the congregation. You're going to get them to stand. Ready? Put your hands in front of you. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. The first lesson in becoming bar mitzvah. There you go.
Harachamim, Heitiva Ritzoncha et Zion, Tivnei Homot Yerushalayim, Tivnei Homot Yerushalayim, Kirecha Levad batachnu, Melech Eram v'nisa, Adon olamim.
Page 364, Ki Mitzion.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. Page 366.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadlul Adonai iti, Uneromema Shemo Yachdav.
Gentlemen, you stay right here as we get to pass Torah from one generation to the next, especially this beautiful Torah. This Torah, over 300 years old, between 250 and 300 years old, rescued from Eastern Europe, from the Czech Republic, during a time when, unfortunately, there were those who sought to destroy the Jewish people, who then tossed our sacred objects away. But yet we collected them and we said, no, we will never be destroyed. We will never be forgotten. And so this Torah, like so many others, have been saved and have been shared with congregations like ourselves to remind us of the beauty of from generation to generation. So you have held Torah in your arms, and you have been a teacher of Torah, sharing all of its blessings, sharing all of its goodness. And today, Mom and Dad, the two of you, you take this blessing of Torah and you get to offer it to your daughter because you fulfilled this mitzvah of bringing your daughter to Torah. So Sofia, this is yours. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome. Hold on to it. Cherish it. Yay. May its weight keep you rooted in who you are, but may it lift you up always and inspire you. Cool. As we get to walk now in the light of Torah.
Lecha Adonai hagidula v'hagivura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'ha'od ki kol b'shamayim uba'aretz ki kol b'shamayim uba'aretz Adonai הממלכה והמתנשא בכל ראש. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם לומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים.
Before you are seated, if anybody would like to come up, as I said earlier, if you want to come see the Torah up close and personal, come on up. Don't be shy. And yeah, there you go. Come on up. It's all good. If you don't, you're welcome to be seated. So anybody who wants to come on up, come on up. Zoom. Perfect. Oh, you got the hiccups. Show me. I'm waiting.
Can Sarah go up with the ordinance?
Oh, yeah, you want? Yes, of course. Come here. Yeah, with it. Yep, totally. Come on up. Ooh, there's gonna be lots of you. All right, so we will definitely cycle you through. I promise. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hey, Eli, let's. You see it, Sophie. Go on up there. There you go. Get up. Come on, gather around. There you are. All right. Perfect. All right, don't worry, we will move you all around, I promise, so you can see. There we go, let's see if that stays there. All right, so we've got our Torah scroll, right? Now it's a scroll, which means it's really important to keep it bound together, because if you don't, it'll flop and all those good things around. So all of our B'nai Mitzvah students on our retreat, they make their own Torah binders. So here's Sofia's. Yay. What was this?
It was a dragon. It says live, born to the fire, living in the fire, turn the world around. It's like a Jewish song.
We go to the
Yeah,
fire,
and everyone
living in the fire.
everyone I love is in the fire. So.
Aww.
Even
Cantor. Turn the world around. Whoa, so is life, yada yada ah. So is life. There we go. Yeah, we like that song. All right, so I said it's parchment. All right, so it's from the kosher animal. If you can't totally see, don't worry, we'll get you around. Each piece is sewn together, and sewn together with sinew, which is the stretched muscle from the animal, and then there's tape on there that's also made from parchment to secure it. Okay, the Torah scroll that we walked around with, as I said earlier, between 250 and 300 years old. So we know that a Torah scroll can last a long time if we take really good care of it. Which means also the ink is made of all natural ingredients as well. So it's made from first a gallnut. So gallnut is what a wasp will put into a certain tree, laying their eggs. They collect it, they squish it all up, they mash it up, add some other berries and other ingredients, natural ingredients to it. They boil it, they cool it, they boil it, they cool it. It takes about a year to make the ink. And the ink can last, so this is an indelible ink. And so also there's some shine to the ink. Sophia, why is there shine in that ink?
honey.
There you go. Yes, dear. Oh, sorry. Honey, honey, do 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 do. Oh, there we go. That one. As honey. Exactly. So Torah should be as sweet as honey on our lips. So that last ingredient is honey in there, but don't lick the Torah. Yeah, I saw that. She went, All right. Now that means that I don't want to make a habit though of touching where the ink is with my fingers. And as you can see, the rows, they're really close to each other. When we learn how to read, right, we put our fingers on something and we follow along. If I did that all the time, the oil in my fingers would break down the ink. So we use this wonderful handy dandy. You show that side, I'll show this side. There we go. Anybody recognize what's on there? It's a finger. It's a whole hand. The Hebrew word for hand is yad. Yay! Good job, Eli. So it's yad. So this is called a yad. How appropriate. So we use our yad to follow along, to keep track of where we're reading. So which is really important. There you go. Or to think, right? Okay. So that's our yad there. If I make a mistake when I am writing, what do I need to do? Close, but not quite. Almost. Exactly. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to scrape off my mistake. And then I can fix it, but if I can't, I have to replace that entire page. So no mistakes, just be really careful. But they do, scribes will make mistakes, because guess what? We are all only human. And so they'll scrape it off, and then they'll rewrite the word. And there's a whole bunch of different rules and ideas of how we write the words. You'll notice at the top of some of the letters, there's these beautiful little crowns. What's the purpose of them? We don't know. It's not necessary. It's a decorative. It's a custom, and each scribe actually does know, and they teach it to the scribe who they're teaching, and the scribe who they're teaching. They teach that to that, and to the scribe that they're teaching. There's no school to go and learn how to be a scribe. It's passed on from one scribe to the next. That's how you learn how to write a Torah scroll. As I said earlier, no vowels, no punctuation. That's why it's so important to have somebody who's going to stand next to you. That person's called the gabbai. And they have the text, and if you make a mistake, because if I change the vowels of a word, I can change the meaning. So if I say al instead of el, that could mean don't or to. So you can really mess things up if you change the vowels. So the gabbai, in this case Cantor Reinwald, will sit here with the pointed text, so that way we read it correctly and we show the kavod, the honor to the Torah for reading it correctly. I think, did we get it all covered?
We didn't say what the kosher animals were.
Oh, okay. Well, we said it earlier. What were the two things that you need to have? Anybody remember what I said? Yeah, I did. You missed it. I know. That's okay. Yep, cloven hoof and? Okay. Choose its cud. Awesome. All right, so cow, cloven hoof, choose its cud. Okay, cud is a digestive process. Those of you wondering what does it mean to chew their cud? They eat something, then let's not talk about it. We want to have lunch later. So go read it in a book. Anyway, so it's a digestive process. So cows, split hooves, chew their cuds. Goat, split hooves, chew their cuds. Pig, split hooves, does not chew its cud, hence why pig is not kosher. Camel, chews its cud. However, those are toes, those are not hooves. All right, not kosher. There you go. Kosher, by the way, that word means, and my seventh graders remember what the word? No, it doesn't. Yes. Permitted. Very good, Abner. It means permitted. So if somebody says, that's kosher, not necessarily referring to food, oh, that's allowed. There you go. So that's what kosher means, is permitted. All right. Anything else? We got it?
I think we did.
Yeah. Oh, what do we got, Eli?
So I already know the answer to this, but
Go ahead.
But why are the letters hanging from the line?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, let's make sure that somebody can see that. So, thank you. In fact, so you notice how the columns are nice and straight, and the rows are really nice and straight like that. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but if I don't have lines, forget it. So the scribe goes ahead and before, the way that they prep the parchment here is they'll go ahead and etch in some lines for the columns and also for the rows. And if you want to come look at something really quick, come here. Here we go. I'm going to have you right here. So Eli gave us the answer already too. But do you see all the lines, how they're right there? Yeah, see the letters? What are they doing? Are they sitting on the line or are they hanging from it? Yeah, they're hanging. Is that how you write your letters? Do you hang your letters from the top of a line? No. We all learn how to write by putting our letters on the line, by letting them sit on the line. So this beautiful midrash, a story that helps explain why we do that. Because the line represents the division between heaven and earth. And that whole idea that we are the letters, we're the people. And so we are reaching ever higher toward heaven, toward God, toward spirituality, toward holiness, toward whatever, divine, whatever it is, however you want to interpret that. So that is why the letters are hanging from the line and not sitting on them. There we go. Thank you for your help. All right, any questions? Yes? Why is the age of a Torah specific and not specific? This Torah, I can tell you exactly how old it is because we as a congregation wrote this Torah scroll. So this one is 14 years old. The Torah scroll there, the reason why there's a range is because of its age, and that over time, when people would have to repair it, sometimes they had to take out an entire sheet. They might have put in another sheet from another Torah scroll. So the scribes are actually able to look at the parchment, and they're able to date it. And so they're able to say that based on the handwriting, because there's different styles from scribes from around the world, and based on the parchment itself, they can date it to an approximate time. So unless we know when it was, in fact, completed, we're taking a guess at the age based on a number of different factors. And that Torah scroll is 250 to 300.
So it doesn't get dated by the scribe?
Not necessarily, because, see, here's what you have to remember with that Torah scroll, is that Torah scroll was found and collected by the Czech community. So in Prague, they collected 1,564 Torah scrolls from around Poland, and when the Jewish communities were destroyed. And all of them were collected into one place, and then they were cataloged. The people who were cataloging them, and the Nazis were actually allowing them to catalog this, and along with other Judaica material. But then, toward the end of the war, all of those people who were doing that work were sent to the extermination camps and murdered. So they did not finish their cataloging. Not all the Torah scrolls, we don't know exactly from which towns they all came from. And like our Torah scroll, we don't know exactly which town it came from, so we can only guess from it. But we know that it came from that collection of 1564 Torah scrolls.
So why aren't they date stamped when they're made?
Well, because you can't date stamp on the scroll. I can't put that anywhere.
I mean on the outside, but
Because eventually, these are called the Atzei Chaim, the Torah, the handles. They can be replaced because wood eventually can break, so they can be replaced. Now, yes, our Torah scroll, that one in there, does have a plate on it because it's registered to us from the Westminster Trust, and who purchased all the scrolls and then distributed them to people. So that way it's got our number. We're actually number 675. And so in that case, it is. But you didn't do that, hundreds of years ago. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Good questions. I had never had those ones. That was awesome. All right. You may all take your seat. Unless if you're going to be part of the first Aliyah, that group, go ahead and stay up here. So you know who you are. So if you're already part of that first Aliyah, go ahead and stay. There you go. You can have a seat right there. Perfect. That'll just make that easier. All right. Perfect. So again, we are reading from Bamidbar. All right.
For our first Aliyah, chanting the blessing, Kathy Beitcher, Stevie Beitcher, Shandel Diamond, Kelly Phileas, Kara Phileas, Matthew Ford, Ronnie Goodkin, Isaac Hirschbein, Grant Powers, Carla Rokoff, Rob Rokoff, Sheldon Sarfan, Peggy Stone, and Bobby Whiteson. Reading from Torah, Sarah Schweitz, Sarah Bat Avraham Vitova, and reading the English translation, Lawrence Duchessis. Ya'amdu l'aliyah harishona.
Hang on one second. I'm waiting for. Come stand over here with Cantor. Perfect. You're my English reader. Awesome. Sarah, if you will go ahead and take your tzitzit, touching it to the first word that you will be reading out of a way of showing honor and respect to our Torah scroll. And oh yes, please, anybody else who would like to, by all means, with their talitot, right here, the first word. There you go. Awesome. Okay. One, two, three. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato, Baruch Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
וידבר אדוני אל משה ואל אהרון לאמור, נשאו את ראש בני קהת מתוך בני לוי למשפחותם לבית אבותם, מבין 30 שנה ומעלה ועד בן 50 שנה, כל בא לצבא לעשות מלאכה באוהל מועד. זאת עבודת בני קהת באוהל מועד, קודש הכהתי הקודשים.
Yasher koach. Beautiful. No, you just go.
Okay. Adonai spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, "Take a census of the sons of Kohath from among the Levites, according to the clans of their ancestral house, those from 30 years old up to age 50, all who are eligible for service, to do the work in the tent of the meeting. This shall be the service of the sons of Kohath in the tent of meeting, connected with the most sacred objects."
Amen. Yasher koach. Yash kochim. Mazel.
Thank you. For our second aliyah, chanting the blessings, Steve Lipinsky, Shlomo ben Gershon ve'ora, and Teah Lipinsky, Teah bat Shlomo ve'Yael. Reading from Torah, Robin Rubenstein, Rachel Sivia bat Baruch HaKohen ve'Tzara. And reading the English translation, Caroline Lipinsky, Gavriela bat Avimelech ve'Aviva. Ya'amdu l'aliyah ha'shenit. Rachel Sivia.
That's me. I have to borrow your tzitzis again.
Okay.
Because I don't have a talit.
Don't.
No?
There we
We
go.
gotta fix that.
I
She
have.
doesn't have a talit.
Oh, here.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
This is a going thing.
Yofi. Okay, that works for me. Huh? Oh, right here.
Right there.
Uva. Yofi. There we go. Yeah, come here. Don't be shy.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Get closer. Too close. ובא אהרון ובניו בנסוע המחנה, והורידו את פרוכת המסך, וכיסו בה את אהרון העדות, ונתנו עליו כיסוי אור תחש, ופרסו בגד כליל תכלת מלמלה, ושמו בדיו. ועל שולחן הפנים יפרסו בגד תכלת, ונתנו עליו את הקרות ואת הכפות ואת המנקיות ואת הכיסות הנסך, ולחם התמיד עליו יהיה. ופרסו עליהם בגד תולעת שני, וכיסו אותו במכסה אור תחש, ושמו את בדיו. תודה.
When the camp sets forward, Aaron and his sons shall go in and take down the screening curtain, and cover the ark of the covenant with it. They shall put the covering of the dolphin skin over it, and spread a cloth of pure blue over it. Then they shall put its poles in place. Over the table of display they shall spread a blue cloth. They shall place it on the dishes and the spoons and the bowls and the libation jars, as well as the regular bread. They shall spread upon these a cloth of scarlet, and cover it with a covering of dolphin skin, which they shall then place on a carrying frame.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Robin, yesh koach.
For our third aliyah, chanting the blessing, Sheila Lipinsky, Ora Bat Simcha V'chava, and Jeffrey Lipinsky, Gershon ben Ariel ve'Afeka. Reading from the Torah, Darren Lipinsky, David ben Gershon ve'Ora, and reading our English translation, Gina Lipinsky. Ya'amdu l'aliyah hashlishit.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give the Torah to him. I want you to go ahead and take this one. I'm going to take this. Okay. So I'm going to get it so that your dad can, we're going to bring it to him. And then I need you to show him. Do you see where your first word is, Darren? I need you to show him that, so he would take his CC to it, okay? So, great, say right there. Ready? Here we go. I'm going to bring it to you. And let you take your CC. Will you go ahead and take his CC, the fringes? And you're going to touch it to the first word right there. There we go. Great, and give that a kiss. There you go. I'm going to set this right here. Perfect. There you go. Want to come close? Hang on, I'm going to have you come closer.
Baruch atah Adonai haTorah. Baruch. Hold again. Yeah, Baruch atah Adonai haTorah. Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bar banu mikol amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
We're going to do this. I'm going to have you. You're going to hold this while your son reads. There you go.
You can.
Velachu beged techelet vehisu. Lost my place. Et minorat Hamaor ve'et neroteha ve'et malkacheha ve'et machtoteha ve'et kol kule shamna asher yeshartu la bahem ve'natnu ota ve'et kol kuleha el mikse or tachash ve'natnu al hamot ve'al mizbach hazahav yifresu beged techelet vechisu oto bemichse or tachash ve'samu et badav.
I'm going to close this for a second. I'm going to bring it back to you in just a minute. Gina?
They shall take a blue cloth and cover the lampstand with its lamps, its tongs, its pans, and all its oil utensils that are used in its service. And they shall put it and all its utensils inside a covering of dolphin skin, and place it on a carrying frame. Next, on the golden altar, they shall spread a blue cloth and cover it with a covering of dolphin skin, and then put its poles in place. And they shall take all the ritual utensils which they use in the sanctuary, and put them in a blue cloth, and cover them with a covering of dolphin skin, and then put them on a carrying frame. Then they shall remove the ashes from the altar and spread a purple cloth over it.
Darren, do you see where your last word is? Badav? Okay, so you're going to show that to Dad as well. Okay, so you can, here you go. So you can take your seat one more time and say that. And touch it to that last word where he's pointing to. You can bring it closer. There you go. Perfect. Awesome.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bo natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam nata b'toenu. Baruch atah Adonai naten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Yasher koach. Mwah. Gina and Darren, come on over on this side. Yeah. Perfect. We're going to set that up for Sophia in just a second.
And now, Ta'amod Habachura Haba Mitzvah Perach Bat David Laliyah HaTorah.
Yeah, come on over.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayidaber Adonai El Moshe ve'el Aharon le'mor al tachritu et sheifet mishpechot hakehati mitoch halvim v'zot azu lahem v'hayu v'lo yamutu bigis tam et kodesh Kodesh HaKodashim Aharon Uvanav Yavo'u Visamu Otam Ish Al Avodato Ve'el Masa'o V'lo Yavo'u Lirot Kivala Et HaKodesh V'Hametu. The Eternal One spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, "Do not let the group of Kohathites clans be cut off from the Levites. Do this with them, that they may live and not die when they approach the most sacred objects. Let Aaron and his sons go in and assign each of them to his duties and his porterage. Do not let the Kohathites go inside and witness the dismantling of the sanctuary, lest they die."
Go ahead and take your seat right there. Good job.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach, mazel tov.
That was fun.
I know. See, it is fun. We take a moment to offer blessings of healing for all of those who are in need of healing of mind, body, and spirit. Those within our families, those within our communities, those within our world. So I invite you to think about those who you know and even those who you don't know as we offer this prayer of healing. Misha berach avotenu v'imotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, hu yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed all of our ancestors, the Holy One, blessed be God, filled with compassion for all of their health to be restored, for their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send to each individual, to each person in each community, complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say together, Amen. As we call forward at this time, Brent Kosman, who will be lifting our Torah as we give honor to it. And I'd like to invite up Sarah and Cassie. Will you two come up here, please, to help us dress our Torah? Whoops, here we are. Okay, so perfect. So Cassie, hold on to that for a moment. As we all have a chance to see what, let's go to the middle so we're not on a seam. That's just me. There you go. As we rise now and give honor to the Torah.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la.
The Haftarah for Parashat Bamidbar is Hosea chapter 2, verses 16 through 22. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar בנביאים טובים ורצה ודבריהם הנאמרים באמת. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק. לכן הנה אנוכי מפתח והולכתי המדבר ודיברתי על ליבה ונתתי לה את כרמך משם ואת עמק אחור לפתח תקווה ואתה שמה כימי ואורה וכיום עלותה מארץ מצרים. Assuredly, I will speak to her coaxingly to her, and lead her through the wilderness, and speak to her tenderly. I will give her the vineyards from there, out the valley of Acre as a plowland of hope. There she shall respond as the days in her youth, when she came up from the land of Egypt. And in that day, declares Adonai, you will call me Ishi, and no more will you call me Bali, for I will remove the names of Baalim from her mouth, and they shall never more be mentioned by name. In that day I will make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, birds of the air, and creeping things of the ground. I will also banish bow, sword, and war from the land. Thus I will let them lie down in safety, and I will espouse you forever. I will espouse you with righteousness and justice. I will espouse you with good and mercy, and I will espouse you with faithfulness. Then you shall be truly devoted to Adonai. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol haolamim tzadik bechol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman habocher ve'oseh hamdaber umkayeh shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanmim ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha ve'limnucha likdavod utzifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach modim lach Umbarchim otach yitbarach shimcha b'fi chol tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Yasher koach. As now we turn to returning our Torah to the Ark, we turn in our prayer books to Eitz Chaim He, page 374, and I invite you to please rise.
Hodohu aleret v'shamayim vayaren keren le'amo tehila lechol chasidav Livnei Yisrael Am Kerovo. Hallelujah, Hallelujah. It's Chaim He Lamachazikim Ba V'tomchea Meushar Deracheha Darchei Noam בכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה. חדש, חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
You can close that.
Every single person in my life helped me grow. From my mom teaching me how to spell by taking me to the shop, to the strangers that give me a warm smile as they pass by. Every person here, at school, and at home had and still has the power to change the world, my world. That is why in this week's Torah portion, we learn the importance of not only building a civilization, but helping to build the character of the people in it. Moses and Aaron were told by God to make an economy, a sanctuary, and a financial system. They completed the hardy task. Then God asked them to count the people. Why, you may ask, did Moses and Aaron count the people? We do not know for sure. Many different rabbis have pondered over the question. Rashi told us it was because God loves the people of Israel like treasure. His grandson, Rashbam, disagrees with him, though. He believed that God used the Israelites for pure battle strategy, and counting the able men in the group will help the people of Israel and God strategize better. In my head, though, it is because I theorize that no one knows who can make a difference in their civilization. One man can cure disease, become a prophet, or do something amazing. That is why they count, my friends, because we can all do something amazing. All humans have emotions, which can affect us when we feel left out. Just like the tiniest smile can make my day, the tiniest frown can break it. Everyone wants to be wanted, including Holocaust survivors. That is why, for my Mitzvah project, I have chosen to keep company with Holocaust survivors who endured great tragedy in their lives. I first met up with a staff member who worked for the organization so we could schedule a plan for times and meetings. At that training, I vowed to help be the best companion I can be. So that is why I promised to break bread with the survivor at least 4 times. Kids can be shaped by what environment and people they grow up around. If we teach them to hate instead of love, the impact then could be lethal to many people. As I thought about this, an idea popped into my head. What if I can show my classmates what happens when you hate? Then it hit me. I could teach my peers a lesson while showing them the truth about the Holocaust. And why not? I had time to squeeze in one more thing. I met Ava, a survivor of the Holocaust and Auschwitz, who came to my religious school class and shared her story about surviving the Holocaust with us. If we help children and people in general learn the right thing, life from death, hate from love, then we can truly be like Moses and Aaron and count everyone. Rabbi once said that I think too big. I reach for the stars, but I'm not even on ground level. What I have learned while I was on my journey to becoming a bat mitzvah is to change the world someday, but I'd start by helping a single person grow and thrive first. The lesson I was taught, and that I'm teaching now, is to be the stranger that gives the smile, not the frown. I had a lot of help with this realization, though. So thank you, Mom, for being the first person to give me that warm smile and just plain being the reason I get up in the morning. Thank you, Dad, for letting me be your little girl, no matter how big I get. Thank you, Thank you, Josh and Jake, for keeping me humble. Thank you, Ava and Sarah from TVS for helping me learn more and more about your past. And thank you, Ava, for personally coming to my bat mitzvah class and teaching me only one story can make the difference. Thank you, Babushka Squad, aka my Girl Scout troop, for being my besties through thick and thin. Thank you, Aunt Tracy, for always being my rock and being a best friend to Mom and me. Thank you, Claudia, for being my loving partner in crime and being an amazing teacher in Spanish. Thank you, 7th grade class and some 8th graders, for dealing with me your whole life. Thank you, Abner, for loving me no matter what. Thank you, Rabbi and Cantor, for pushing me to practice when I had no motivation and reminding me endlessly to write a creative prayer every practice. Thank you, Robin, for getting me here today. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Bubby and Granddad, for always welcoming me into your home and your hearts. Thank you, Taya, Aunt Caroline, Uncle Steve, and AJ for being our place to go for any family gathering. Thank you, Julie and Ashley, for making every trip to the shore a memorable one. Thank you, Sunny, Bernadette, and Bronco, for filling my life in joy. Finally, last but not least, thank you, Grandpa and Nana Nick. You show me how to be tough and a realist. I love you so much, and I miss you so much. So please, I have one more thing to ask you before we go have brunch, a party, and rest. Remember to be the stranger that smiles, not the one that frowns.
My speech is folded up here. Sophia, take a look around you. Everyone here is here because they love and respect you and now know the commitment it takes to become a bat mitzvah. We are all very, very proud of you. You're a direct descendant of the Baal Shem Tov. I don't think you knew that, but you are, and he was very important in the Jewish religion. Your great-great-grandfather Jacob helped start the Hasidic Jewish movement in Europe. You had quite a tradition, a deep tradition to carry on, and you surely did not disappoint. We are all beaming with pride and share in that pride and admiration, even your brothers. Right, guys? Yeah. As you know, your mom is unable to be up here to speak due to the lack of flood control on the bima for the tears that are going to come. And although I've told you I've cried, I can count on one hand the number I've cried in my adult life out of tears of joy or sadness. And thanks to you, I can't say that anymore. You have brought us tears of joy, so much joy and pride, and thank you for that. The Talmud says that the greatest wisdom is kindness. And ever since you were a little girl, a toddler even, you have demonstrated and embodied your kindness. I remember, your mom and I remember, when you were in a restaurant and people started coughing or sneezing, and you weren't but maybe 2.5 years old. And every one of them, you asked if they were okay or needed help. We watched you carry what are they called? Horseshoe crabs, as big as you, out of sandbars at the shore so they wouldn't get stranded. And like the starfish that your Aunt Titi spoke of, you helped them, usher them out to sea and to safety. We experienced you bring water and food to our bedside when my back was out or when Mama was sick. We've seen you offer your friends a warm hug and a shoulder to cry on when they needed it. We watched in amazement as you developed a curriculum of outreach and understanding about the Holocaust to your school. Remarkable. And we are just absolutely blown away. You fostered friendships with Holocaust survivors, and we've watched you on many, many occasions give that warm smile to the stranger, brightening their day. They say being human is a given, but choosing your humanity, embracing your humanity, is a choice. You have made that choice profoundly, and I want to thank you for teaching Mom and I and reminding us to be good, to be decent, to be kind. Always carry those in your heart. They're a part of you. You have told us that when you want to grow up, you want to be a civil rights activist, we can emphatically say, your mom and I, that you already are. If there's one wish we have for you, your mother and I, is to not lose the child within you. Okay? Continue to play with joy and exuberance. Continue to draw and sing with passion. Continue to dance like no one or everyone is watching. Remain curious of the world around you and all the opportunities it has to offer. Basically, we want you, our wish is for you to keep being you. You are remarkable, and we love you. Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Sofia, today you become a bat mitzvah not only in front of your friends and family, but as a part of a community. You count today as a young adult in our community, and with that, we want to celebrate it. So it is our honor to call forward some wonderful people from our congregation who are going to make a few presentations to you, representing our board of directors, soon to be President Mitch Cohen, to come and to join us, as well as from our sisterhood, Nancy Silverman, our brotherhood, Arnie Sugarman, and our youth presentation will be, oh, never mind, Sylvan Swartz, sorry. That's why I was confused. I'm going, I saw you out there, but it said on here, sorry. And then presenting from our youth, Leah Fidel, Jill Fleuret, and Abner Fritz.
Sofia, I've known you for a long time, and one thing amongst a lot of other things we have in common is we share the same love for Broadway musicals. You are so enthusiastic and kind-hearted, along with being very smart. Mazel tov, Sofia, you did a great job, as I knew you would.
Sophia, you did awesome today. I just wanted to say thank you for helping me through temple and always telling me that I should be positive. Also, you were on my softball team and you brought a lot of joy to the softball team.
All right, even though I know there's no way I could top that beautiful speech you gave on my bar mitzvah day, I'm gonna try my best. So, there are many different famous sayings in the world. Some are meaningful, some humorous, but the one that I think of when it comes to you is one given to us by our rabbi, which is Lihiot bracha, or be a blessing. You are a blessing to everyone here, everybody around you, with your outgoing, brave, beautiful personality. And everybody here knows that, and that's why everybody here loves you. I'm personally glad just to have a piece of your life. Well, now you've made it through, you were blessing everybody around you, you've made it through service in a different language, which is pretty hard. And you finally just made it to the end of the track, of a long track of becoming a bat mitzvah. So why don't you finally rest on this day of Shabbat and let everybody return that favor of being a blessing to you.
Sofia, it's been such a pleasure and joy to watch you lead this service today with such enthusiasm. I'm here as a representative of Sisterhood, and we have a gift here of a Kiddush cup, and we hope that you're able to use it in your current home and perhaps one day in a Jewish home that you establish. Congratulations on doing such a great job.
Sofia, usually I come up here and tell the bar bat mitzvah person that they can relax. In your case, I think you made the rabbi look a little tense at times. I think you have a presence. You kind of took over the service. I could see that all these glowing comments, I could see why, because you just have a glow, an aura about you and a presence. And my question is, when are you declaring for presidency? I think there's age restriction. I don't know if 13-year-olds can do it. You may have to wait a little while, but I know that's going to be happening. At any rate, and I'm not sure how many times I've witnessed the bar bat mitzvah getting an ovation after their speech, but I felt like standing and cheering too. It was amazing, really amazing things you've done. At any rate, on behalf of the Brotherhood, we have a tzedakah box, for which we hope you'll put some money into or represent putting money into. It doesn't take bitcoins, but real money, and use it for charity. And I know you're going to do really great in your life.
Okay, last but hopefully not least, Mazel Tov, Sofia. I don't know how many of us here that were bar bat mitzvah, but I don't know if you heard, but when she was done, she said that was fun, and I did. Did anybody see that? Yeah. Not something I would say after my Torah portion. But your voice is amazing. It really sounded like Sia was leading the service this morning. So Mazel Tov on your voice. And of course, thank you for spending time with Holocaust survivors as your mitzvah project. I think that all of us can and should be the stranger that smiles. So I love that, and I'm gonna take that as an old man, the rest of me. Anyway, the rest of my day. So on behalf of the board of directors in your Temple Beth Shalom community, congratulations. So this is the fun stuff. So I don't know if you've been to Israel. Okay, so this is a $250 gift certificate for a Nifty tour, which I went on back in the long time ago. But it's an awesome trip, and I hope you get to go. Also, you have a tree planted in your honor, a JNF in the JNF Forest. That's Jewish National Fund. And as Rabbi says, your day to water it is
Thursday.
And, of course, the prayer book that you've been using is presented to you on behalf of the board of directors. Anyway, this was us. And finally, suitable for framing, your bat mitzvah certificate. So it's official. You're done. Mazel tov.
I'm not done yet.
You're not done yet, but the hard part's over.
I'm done when I die.
You are so not done yet. Definitely. So not only did she keep saying, that was fun, that was fun. So she leaned over to me earlier. Am I allowed to say this, or should I stop now? Cool. Okay, why not? She said, I want to be a rabbi. And I'm like, yes. And then she says, I'm going to take your job. And I start doing the math. I'm like, that's okay. I'll be retiring. By the time you finish school, 4 years of undergraduate, 5 years of rabbinical school, yeah, that'll be good. Okay. All right, so we're going to hold you to that. Sophia, this is truly a time of blessing. You're receiving so many blessings, and I hope you are feeling them. Good. I want you to keep feeling them, okay? And everybody has the power to bless, each and every person. So I ask all of you, at some point today or in the days and weeks ahead, take Sophia aside or write her a note of blessing. Send to her that blessing. And I want you, in return, I want you to bless others as well, okay? But for right now, we get to bless you. I'm going to invite forward your parents. So Gina and Darren, come on up here. And we are going to take you before the ark. We're going to ask everyone to please rise as we get to offer her our blessings. Come on up. Wow. Oh, no, it's not. Yes, this moment is. Are you sad?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Why are you sad?
Because this moment's over forever. I'm never going to experience it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You won't experience this very moment, but life is filled with moments. There's more moments. There's more opportunities. So this is, I love that this is, yes, it's a finish line, but it's a starting line. Aunt Tracy, that was awesome. So thank you. Sofia, today, Bamidbar, okay? In the wilderness. That's where we are right now. We are in the wilderness, and the wilderness has so much potential, especially when the wilderness is like the desert and it is dark and there are no city lights around. Because at night, when there's no city lights around, you look up and what do you see?
Stars.
Yeah. And that blessing that Abraham said, or that God said to Abraham, you will be as numerous as
The stars.
You got it. Could he count them all?
No.
No. Isn't that amazing? So many stars, you can't count them all. But this Torah portion, it reminds us, though, to count, as you said earlier. To be able to count, to acknowledge. I'm going to change the word of counting the people. Acknowledge the people. What's the difference? The acknowledgement is to say, I see you. I see who you are. I see you as individuals. I see you as wonderful people, each with their own gift. That's the counting. That's the acknowledgement. Sophia, I love how you acknowledge each and every person. I love how you see each person, not just on the outside, but you look deep into our souls and you see us. Thank you. Continue to see people. Continue to acknowledge them. Continue to look deep inside each and every person's soul and find the goodness that is within. Because we get to sit here and we get to look into your soul. We look into your eyes. It is the window to our souls. And we see goodness. And we see greatness. And we see a young woman who, yes, is changing the world with a smile, with a dance, with a song. So, Sophia, thank you. Thank you for being our blessing. Thank you for being you. And thank you for giving us this chance, this opportunity to acknowledge you as a young adult in our community and in the people of Israel, as we get to offer you these words of blessing that have been passed on from generation to generation, that you too are going to share someday as well. Mom and Dad, you can put your hands on here as well, as we get to offer you these words.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yihuneka.
May God's light shine on you, in you, and through you. And may God be truly gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Sophia, feel God's presence always around you. Feel God there supporting you and giving you strength through all of your moments in history and in your life. May God bless you today and always with the most precious blessing of all, and that is the blessing of shalom, of peace, of wholeness, of completeness. Ken yehi ratzon, may it be God's will, and let us all say, Amen.
Amen.
Mazel tov. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, thank you. Wait. You can take them in a minute, but let's close the service because they're standing for a really long time. Okay, thank you. We turn to page 586 in our prayer books with Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני
למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
Come stand right down here with us. As we remain standing and our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us, yet the memory of each of them is truly a blessing. On this Shabbat, we remember those who have recently departed: Sybil Stenzel. Wait, don't go too far. You guys stay here. Sybil Stenzel, Martin Ruby, and Jack Hollander. We also remember those whose yahrzeits we recall on this Shabbat and during this coming week: Clara Amster, Joseph Brown, Linda Chess, Perry Dublin, Rose Feldbaum, Harry Frank, Lillian Gibble, Lawrence Goldman, Andrew Knopf, Robert Littman, Nehemiah Myers, Jacob Miller, Frank Nice, Albert Phillips, Marie Reutberg, Jarrett Rothman, Barry Rubenstein, David Sachs, Gary Schaefer, Susan Schneider, Louis Swartz, Hyman Thompson, Mildred Winston, John Zitney, and Betty Zwick. If there is anyone here who's in the period of mourning of Shiva, Shloshim, or Shana, or the first week, the first month, or the first year of observing a yahrzeit of a loved one who's passed, or is observing a yahrzeit of someone whose name I have not called, I invite you as I face in your direction to please share their names with us. For all of them, and for all those who have given their lives al Kiddush Hashem, for the sanctification of God's holy name, and for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we join together, page 598, Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayichon uv'yomechon uv'chayei techol Beit Yisrael, Ba'galau v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah v'varach le'elam elomei umaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal Shemei Kudusha b'richu, Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram bi'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved among us. And let us say together, Amen. So Josh and Jake, come on up here. Also our 7th grade class, Sophia's classmates, come on up. I need your help with our challah and kiddush. So 7th graders, come back here. You know what to do. Yeah, it's a big one. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Hold on. Okay. Who wants to take the kiddush cups for me? Okay. Then we're all going to have to take it. Okay. Here we go. This one? That's it. Hold on. No, it's just, there you go. No, I need, because it's long. There you go, get that? Hold that right there. All right, walk, out there, down you go. Oh, hi guys. Perfect. All right, so that's the challah. We got the kiddush. All right, so for Sophia and her family right there. Beautiful. Huh? Jake and Josh, come on down here. You're allowed to join us down here. Awesome. All right, we join together with our kiddush and shehachiyanu over our wine and our grape juice and saying, thank you, God, for giving us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this moment. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה לחיים.
All right.
Just grape juice.
Yes. Okay. So, Sophia and your classmates, Kate and Josh and Jake, get around there. Ready? Find your spot. We join together for both. So you ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avot. Go for a little big piece off there. Sophia, a little big piece of your friends up there. There you go. Good job. Here you go. All right, can we join together with our closing song of Say Shalom? You guys say it for free.
Say shalom bimromam uya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Say shalom bimromam
Uya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al
Say shalom bimromam uya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Say shalom bimromam uya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru